Good afternoon. We'd like to call the Utility Special District Board of Directors meeting for Wednesday, May 19th, 2021. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chairperson Shirley Lanier.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Kashamba Miller Anderson.
Present.
Board Member Trodrick McCoy. Here. Board Member Julia Botel.
Here.
Board Member Douglas Lawson.
Here.
Ex officio Board Member Mayor Ronnie Felder. City Manager Jonathan Evans.
Present.
Acting Executive Director Deidre Jacobs.
Here.
District Clerk Claudine Anthony is present. District Attorney Don Nguyen.
Here.
District Finance Director Randy Sherman. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We will have a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Trodrick McCoy. Thank you. We will have the review of the agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or substitutions, staff or board?
None from staff, Madam Chair.
Disclosures by the board. Are there any disclosures from the board in regards to the two items that are on the agenda this evening? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. The consent agenda, all matters listed under this item are...
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I need to call the roll call.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Board Member McCoy.
Yes.
Board Member Botel.
Yes.
Board Member Lawson.
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson.
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. There are three items on the consent agenda, which are Utility Special District meeting minutes. All matters listed under this item are considered to be routine, and action will be taken by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Are there any items you would like to pull, or can I get a motion to approve this consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Madam Chair, members of the board, we do not have any public comment cards on the consent agenda. The acceptance of public comment cards is now closed. Board Member Botel?
Yes.
Board Member Lawson?
Yes.
Board Member McCoy?
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson?
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes.
That motion is approved.
Thank you. We will go into our regular agenda, item number 4. Madam Clerk?
Resolution number 15-21 UD, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the City of Riviera Beach, Utility Special District, Palm Beach County, Florida, authorizing the District Finance Director to transfer $663,036 from project number 18161 to project number 18138 to cover any change orders for Cardinal Contractors, Inc., and $398,933 from project number 18161 to project 18159 to cover any change orders for Global Tech, Inc., and authorizing the Utility Special District's Finance Director to make payments from project number 18137 and 18159 in an amount not to exceed $663,035.40 and $398,933, and providing an effective date. Madam Chair, members of the board, we do not have public comment cards on this item. The acceptance of public comment cards on this item is now closed.
Thank you. Ms. Jacobs?
So moved.
I'm sorry. We have a so moved. Do we have a second?
Second. We did.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Evans.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not Mr. Evans. I'm sorry, Mr. Evans. Ms. Jacobs, please.
Good evening, Madam Chair, other council persons in your respective places, City Manager Evan, Attorney Nguyen. For the record, my name is Deirdre Jacobs, and I'm the Acting Executive Director of the Utility Special District. The item before you this evening deals with change or the prospect of change orders that may take place with actual construction activities that are going on over at the utility district at this particular time. When the dollar amounts were awarded for these projects back in the fall of 2020, there was no set aside for the 10% contingency for change orders that may have that we envision would occur over that time. It has become apparent that there will be change orders that will be needed in order to carry through with work activities that are unforeseen. So this particular item asks for your permission to allow an additional 10% to be awarded for this particular project. The dollar amount is approximately $1 million, or 10% of the 600 and some odd $1,000, as well as the 300 and some odd $1,000. I'm sorry, 6 million and 3 million. So with your consideration of the change order of the 10% of those particular dollar amounts, we would be able to utilize those dollars to carry forward with any change orders that may be needed.
Thank you, Ms. Jacobs. Any discussion from the board?
Question.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Ms. Jacobs, can you explain that again? You said 10% of 6 million.
No,
Be-
no, actually I read the numbers wrong. The dollar amount is $3,989,000 for the first contract, and the second one is $6,630,000 plus.
And why wasn't there a contingency set up?
You know what? I can't tell you why it was not set up at that particular time. I would assume that it was an oversight.
Okay. How much have we expended of the amount that was approved by this board?
I believe we've expended approximately $4 million, maybe $3 to $4 million of this particular amount.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Board Member Lawson,
Yes.
Board Member McCoy,
Yes.
Board Member Botel,
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson,
Yes.
Chair Lanier.
Yes,
Motion approved.
thank you. Item number 5.
Resolution number 1921 UD, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the City of Riviera Beach Utility Special District, authorizing and directing the district's finance director to proceed with the issuance of the district's water and sewer revenue bonds in accordance with the City of Riviera Beach debt management policy, authorizing the officials of the district to do all things necessary or advisable in connection therewith, and providing an effective date. Madam Chair, members of the board, we do not have public comment cards on this item. The acceptance of public comment cards on this item is now closed.
Can I get a motion to approve this item?
So move. Second.
Thank you. Ms. Jacobs?
Sure. Mr. Sherman is here, our finance director that will be presenting this particular item.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Randy Sherman, District Finance Director. This resolution that you have before you is what is known as a reimbursement resolution. 2 weeks ago, you passed a similar resolution for the fire stations in your other capacity. Again, what this resolution does is it draws the line in the sand. It says anything from today's date forward that we expend on the water treatment plant will be eligible to be reimbursed from bond proceeds. Doesn't mean you have to be reimbursed for it, but again, it just sets that line if you should desire to do that. And I can take any questions that you might have.
Any discussion from the board? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Sherman, you're the Director of Finance, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't need an administrative services on that item. So I think that might have been something that's been carried forward as it relates to the utility special district. Also,
Gotcha.
This item reads that it's in accordance with the city's debt management policy. That wouldn't be applicable because this is a utility special district, and I'm not sure that we have a utility special district debt management policy, and if it is, I'm not familiar with it.
The debt policy covers both, covers all the city's debt.
Right, but the utility district is not a part of the city, so are we applying a policy that has not been adopted by the utility district?
But as, I know, this is where we get convoluted. The bonds are actually, as the finance director for the city, I actually sign off on part of the bond, the bond proceeds. I know that, again, the charter does allow the district to issue it. They are issued under the district's name. The revenue supporting the bonds are the district, but again, it gets to be a convoluted situation. But again, part of it is I am signing off as the city's finance director.
Okay, follow up.
Yes, go ahead.
I would agree that it's convoluted, but the issuance of these bonds specifically require those covenants where we don't give free service, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so, but we did just that at the last special meeting where we waived the monies that was owed by the town of Mangonia Park, which was essentially wastewater services that was given free, contingent upon some future wastewater rate.
It was contingent on a settlement agreement. I did run that by bond counsel. I did have both of the city's bond counsels review that matter. And again, they said that the board does have the authority to settle, to sue and be sued. And they didn't look at that was free service. That was a settlement of an outstanding claim.
Follow up. That is exactly what I want to hear. The board does have the ability to settle. So anybody from the public, if you have discrepancies or you just can't afford to pay your water bill, this board does have the ability to settle your water bill, because we clearly did it for the town of Mangonia Park against my, my opinions on it. So certainly come on in, and the billing office as well as the utility district office will be happy to set up a settlement plan if you're unable to pay your water bill, because surely if we could do it for the town of Mangonia Park, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do it for our own municipal boundary customers. And also, the other thing that I want to bring up was I don't understand that you said you ran it by bond counsel, but still our very charter prohibits free service in itself. So aside from bond counsel, which if they signed off on it, I'm going to make a formal request that I have whatever communications that they signed off agreeing to it. So, Ms. Executive Director, can you kindly have that shared with me? But certainly, it's also prohibited in our utility district charter to provide free service, certainly to the town of Mangonia Park. But if it's now the opinion of our finance director, then let everybody come in the floodgates, and if they're short on their water bill, we'll make sure that we can settle it and then offer a future rate in the future, a different rate in the future. Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other comments from the board? Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Board Member McCoy?
No.
Board Member Votel?
Yes.
Board Member Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Chair Miller Anderson?
Yes.
Chair Lanier?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have no discussion and deliberation. There is nothing under, are there any comments from the Executive Director of the Utility District?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Any statements by the board?
No.
Thank you. With that being said, public comments for this meeting, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Madam
Chair, will you
Clerk.
read the statement?
Yes. Please be reminded of the rules of decorum governing public conduct during official meetings. And it has been adopted and been posted. In an effort to preserve order, if any of the rules are not adhered to, the board's chairperson may have any disruptive speaker or attendee removed from the podium, from the meeting and/or the building if necessary. Please govern yourselves accordingly. Public comment shall begin at 6:15 p.m. unless there is no further business of the Board of Directors, which in that event it shall be sooner. In addition, if any item is being considered at 6:15, then comments from the public shall begin immediately after the item has been concluded. Any person who would like to speak during public comments, please fill out a public comment card located at the front desk and give it to the staff before the public comments section is announced. Thank you. Are there any public comments, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair, members of
Sorry,
the
Madam
board.
Clerk.
There are no public comments.
So, Madam Chair, what was the purpose of us just reading all of that if she knew that there was no public comments? I mean,
I think it just has to be read into the record anyway.
I don't believe it does.
Sir. If there are no comments from the board, this meeting is adjourned. We will resume in about 5 minutes for